This channel is supported by Truefire. Truefire is an online library of
enough. You can get the Truefire All Access Pass for as cheap as they ever do it, the $99 thing. So just jump and do that if you're looking for the best price you can get Truefire All Access for. Okay, I'm sometimes impressed by a lot of stuff. Oftentimes at the cheaper end, I kind of think this is a pretty good guitar for the money, and that's kind of how I couch these things. But this little thing, I paid, I think, £319 for it. This is the Artist, it's a Paisley model, I don't remember the exact number. But I was quite impressed by it, and I felt like actually this is, I'm trying to think of a guitar for less than sort of £500 that has ever impressed me this much. I'm sort of struggling. There's a bunch of Gear for Music things that I thought were really incredible specs for the kind of money, but some of them, the frets weren't quite as polished as this, or there's some other bits and pieces, but there's nothing in my head that just gets as much right as this guitar does. So I wanted to do a little bit of video on it and sort of explore what it is that artists might be doing differently to other companies. Stainless steel frets, apparently hand-wired or handmade pickups here. Roasted maple, which we're very used to seeing on guitars, even around the £500 price these days. Locking tuners, sort of Sire style access, as well as the Fender Ultra style neck join, so a good little mix there. Compensated brass saddles. Sounds good, plays pretty good. The one thing for me that, it's mahogany body as well, interestingly. The one thing for me is that potentially I think I'd like a slightly less flat radius. This is a 14-inch radius, so obviously the guys at Artist are speccing this as like a bit more of a super tele. Flaws with the guitar, there aren't a huge amount, but there is this pick guard here is kind of offset, not the sort of thing that is going to matter so much to me, like it's a clear pick guard, and you can see that sort of thing on much more expensive guitars as well. Other flaws, not really too many at all. Like the nut is cut pretty well, the finishing looks pretty good. It's not, like super clean work, but it is pretty clean. Like there's nothing glaringly obvious, and it's like a little bit more RG-ish radius on the edges rather than being really smoothed off. Now, how are they building a guitar like this with stainless steel frets for £319? Go to their website and look at the About Us section. So Artist Guitars, they're based in Australia. We want everybody to be able to play a great quality instrument without breaking the bank, and so our mission is to always provide the best value instrument on the market It may not be the lowest priced guitar you'll find, but we guarantee that the build materials, specifications and quality control will always make an artist guitar stand far above what the price tag may suggest. Now with this one specific guitar, I would say they've definitely achieved that, because I can't think of anything that's impressed me this much at this price, or even double this price. You know, like the Sire Larry Carlton guitars, similar sort of levels of quality, I would have suggested not stainless frets. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's to have one question at the front of our mind: what does the customer want? And apparently that is black paisley. So, and that's what we'd want to see if we were looking for a new guitar online. For seasoned players, we have solid instruments with upgrades you might find on guitars 2 or 3 times the price. Hence, you know, stainless steel frets, which 2, 3, even 4 times the price, I think. Now the key question: how can we do this and still keep the business running? The main way we keep costs down is that we are a direct consumer business. If you buy an artist guitar, you're buying it directly from us without it having gone through multiple hands, such as an agent, importer, retailer, etc. All of these little steps add up when a regular music store sells dozens of different brands of guitars. Since we focus solely on selling artist guitars, we pass them directly from the factory to you, keeping the price as low as possible. We also work closely with the factories in China to find the perfect middle ground between affordability and instrument build. This involves searching far and wide for the best combination of parts that go into the build. All these steps happen behind the scenes, with the end result being that you have an affordable instrument with high quality components, which I think they've achieved, right? We put great emphasis on our quality control, with a dedicated QC team checking over every single guitar that leaves the factory, making sure that the products we receive meet our high standards. We are so confident in our guitars that we offer a 100-day satisfaction guarantee on all our products and include a 3-year warranty on most. They've got this thing here, like a best quality for the price, factory, straight to you, versus, you know, with agent, importer, wholesaler, retailer. We use features of more expensive instruments, and as a result, our instruments sound and feel better than most other brands, in our opinion. For example, every one of our classic guitar models comes with a truss rod. No other guitar brand delivers a truss rod in our price range. Some of our guitars use Fishman preamps, D'Addario strings, a bone nut and saddle, solid tone woods, locking tuners and Wilkinson pickups. This level of components is unheard of at this price. So Ian, the CEO and founder, apparently spent 17 years visiting factories, 3 years actually living in China, visiting multiple factories and teaching the factory technicians how to build a better guitar. One factory in particular he worked with from its inception, which has now become a high quality instrument manufacturer. This is where artist guitars are built. So that's kind of the story here, and I think you're seeing Fender do this as well, and some of the pedal industry, the direct to consumer route, which I assume is not great for our guitar shops, but does, at the end of the day, if all you're concerned about being, you know, price, then I think, yeah, the Fender haven't actually dropped their prices by going direct to consumer. They're just, I guess, keeping like the extra 20-30% that would normally go to the retailer, right? So I guess it must be nice for them. What would I change about the guitar for me personally? Not a whole lot, to be honest with you. Like, the neck does feel super comfortable. Personal preference, I think I would like a slightly flatter radius. Like, it is a little bit super shreddy, right? A 14-inch radius. But it's not a super skinny neck. I guess the mahogany body ends up being a little bit heavier as well. than a super premium tele, but equally at the moment, teles seem to be one of those things, like even a American built Fender tele up there in the £8 sort of range, so it's not something I could bash artists for either. Would I say it's at the Sire level of quality? Yes. Would I say it's at a Fender player level of quality? Yes. Again, I can't really think of something that I can't think of anything really at this kind of price range, and that's kind of unusual. So this direct-to-consumer thing, is this going to be a next sort of revolution? Because if it does mean that, you know, guitarists like you or me can buy one of these like I did and get really a guitar that punches so far above its weight that it's difficult to get it across in the video. Like, it definitely is surprising, and that's why I wanted to kind of try and think about this with you guys. But again, if you want to leave comments of your favorite guitars, I guess there's maybe this brand EART guitars, which I'm hearing really good things about as well, but I've not tried one of those. But yeah, this price range, to get a guitar with stainless steel frets, a very good high quality build, they're getting something incredibly right, to a level where, you know, if you sent me a Fender off the shelf or a Gretsch or a Sire, I don't think any of these other brands would necessarily have a guitar that felt better than this straight out of the box. All I've done is adjusted the truss rod slightly because it was a little bit flat for me. But yeah, it's a really, really interesting time. I think it'd be interesting to see some more guitars from artists, and maybe they start to branch out into guitars with a slightly less flat radius. I'd be interested in that. See you in another video soon.